I think. Let me see. Are we? Yeah, we're live.
All right, welcome everybody. This is episode 14, Gorst Slam. This is Jason Sword, and with none other than Fedor Gorst.
What's going on, everybody?
We have a ton in store for you all tonight, so I know it's been a while. It's been forever since Fedor's been home. He's been the world traveler as of late, but an unbelievable accomplishment and a crazy successful to the second half of the year for Fedor Gorst. We talked in the last episode about the first two legs of the Gorst Slam, which was you winning the World Pool Masters in April, where you defeated Joshua Filler, Hill. I'm sure that felt good. And then you went on to the World Championships in Saudi, and you defeated Kachi Hill, and it was one rack for $250,000. That rack has been floating around social media like crazy. And then obviously the third leg, probably the most important one to you, I would say, the U.S. Open in August, defeating SVB 13-9 or 10, I believe. And SVB, soon to be Hall of Famer, going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame at the Moscone Cup.
Let's wait 1 second. Everybody's saying that we have to fix the audio. We're echoing, they're saying. Let's turn it down a little bit and see what it does. Is there still
an echo, guys? Let us know.
Shouldn't be. Zoom input. Yes, there's still an echo. What if we use this? What about now? Is it still doing this?
Still an echo, guys?
Better. Good. Perfect. Good.
All right, great.
All right. See, I fixed it.
All right, so back to the Gorst Slam, completing the third leg at the U.S. Open in August, defeating SVB, and I'm sure that was a special one to you. Everybody knows SVB defeated you in the big money or challenge match playing 10 ball, and then you literally jumped straight on a plane and went to the U.S. Open. So let's start there. Let's start by talking a little bit about the U.S. Open and what was going through your brain after you just got defeated by SVB. You had a big lead going into the second half of day 3 versus SVB. He came storming back and beat you. I'm sure you were devastated. What did it take as far as preparation mentally to stay locked in and to remain confident to be able to capture the U.S. Open? So talk a little bit about that, Fedor.
I mean, it was obviously tough jumping on the plane right after the loss, which was a win in my head just a couple hours ago, because I had a big lead on day 3. You know, I was always starting from behind every day. But on day 3, I had a really good lead. I was up like 10 games. And basically, I was giving him 10 games in a race to like 25 or something like that. So I had a really big lead and blew it. And I mean, SVB played unreal every night, starting from like 2 o'clock in the morning until 4 and 5. It was insane. But for the U.S. Open, it was difficult in the first few days. If you look back and if you watch the documentary that we posted, because I had Ivan with me, my filmmaker, filming everything behind the scenes. The first few days was really tough. Like I was sleeping for 12, 14 hours. And the first match or two, I wasn't even trying to run out when I couldn't. I was just trying to freefile the guys. And it was sad that I couldn't really finish the match because I was just so tired that I couldn't really play. And then I lost in the winter qualification to Vitaly. But that wasn't because of the tiredness or anything. He just played a really good match. But in the end, it looked like it helped both of us to play our best game because we played in the final, which is insane.
Yeah, I mean, that's what everybody was talking about. I remember, obviously I was commentating with Scott Frost, and we had multiple discussions about what type of form you all would be in. Obviously, playing a world-class player, whether you're Shane playing you or you are playing Shane, it prepares you unlike anything else you could do at home on your practice table. But obviously, there's fatigue. That was
the fatigue was unreal. The fatigue was to the level where, it was really tough to concentrate. I was basically falling asleep during the match, and I knew, in matchroom tournaments, I'm a number 1 seed. So if I win both matches on day 1, then I get a day, the day to rest after. So I have a day off. And I pulled it off, and I won both matches on day 1. I had a day off, and I still felt tired on day 3. But somehow I just found some time to recover a little bit here and there, and then when I started feeling a little bit more fresh, I started hitting balls because I really didn't practice. Like usually I'm one of the guys that are spending more time on the practice table. I didn't hit any balls during the U.S. Open.
Shane is too. I'm curious. Was Shane practicing a lot during the U.S. Open?
The thing with Shane, I didn't see him the first 3-4 days, just like me. He didn't hit any balls, I'm sure. No, he didn't hit any balls because before my match, I was going to that breakfast spot in Harris in Atlantic City, and he was always there, and he paid for my breakfast twice. So he wasn't hitting any balls.
You paid for your own breakfast.
Yeah, I did for many. But starting from last 16, he's always the first player to be in the practice room from the very morning, and before the final or semifinal, I was playing with Niels. The first match in the morning at 10 a.m. and I got there at 9:20, I think, and he was already there, drinking coffee, like taking a break. So that means that he was there for at least half an hour.
Niels?
No, SVB, and SVB was second. He wasn't even playing in the first match.
So he got there. He was like you. He was a little drained at the beginning, but then once you guys recovered, you were in dead punch, both of you. It was an unbelievable finals as well, but still, what's it feel like to win 3 major events back to back to back like that? What was going through your head when you got done with it?
Yeah, well, it's a miracle. Also, from like the last 32, Matchroom kept pushing that idea, that if you win the U.S. Open, you'll be the only player to achieve that, and nobody ever done it. And every interview they keep asking about it, and what would it feel if you do this and that. And it was if it's an extra distraction, of course, and that's something that you don't want to think about while playing. And I really didn't, because the rankings and all of these achievements now, they don't really matter, but I'm sure they will once I'll be done with pool. Sitting with my friends or kids or grandkids and talking how great I was when I was 24.
Well,
but
I tell you what, you can just show them some of this hardware. Let's show some of the fans. This is what you got at the U.S. Open, and then the World Pool Masters is the same. Let me grab that. Show everybody that. They're both the same because obviously they're matchroom tournaments.
Well, this one is different because this one has a 9-ball rack and this one has the U.S. Open trophy, but this is the plates.
Yeah, it's the plates, and then obviously this is the coolest piece of hardware you got right there from the Worlds. We have a ton of iconic pictures with you holding that, and the globe actually moves, right?
Yeah, this is the
it's interactive.
The nicest trophy.
Yeah, that's a pretty cool one. Yeah, that came with $250,000 in a check, so not too bad. But yeah, so everybody coined it the Gorst Slam and Triple Crown. But with that, Fedor, you've created a lot of merch surrounding it.
Yeah, I'm trying to become a businessman as well. I'm trying to start my own merch. I'm trying to launch the new website. I tried to do it in September. Now I'm trying to do it in October, and it looks like I will be doing it in November already. It takes definitely longer than expected, but yes, we created my first merch relating to that achievement. we came up with two different designs. One is what I'm wearing right now. It says the triple crown on the front of the shirt. And let me show you the back of the shirt.
Yeah, let's see the back. Don't fart on me when you turn around here.
Can you see it?
Yeah, I can see the back. So it says the Gorst Slam, and it lists all three of the titles, and you can purchase those shirts out on fedorgorst.com.
FedorGorstShop.com.
fedorgorstshop.com, but we'll also be pinning that in the
This is the other shirt.
Yeah, and the other one at the front just says the Gorst Slam Triple Crown, and it lists the tournaments. And then it has pictures of you holding all three of the trophies, kissing one. I'm sure Christina was a little jealous of that.
And my signature below it.
And the signature. Pretty cool shirts there. And then also you got the poster.
Yeah, the poster is nice.
Let's pull the poster up there.
Show the poster.
Yeah, see if you can get a little closer with the poster there. There you go. Very similar to what's on the back of the white t-shirt. So it's pretty cool. So those three limited edition items that Fedor has created after the Gorst Slam. And Fedor's actually running a special right now where you can get all three items for $65, and they would normally retail for $105. So that's a special bundle out there on fedorgorstshop.com. You get 2 shirts and a poster for $65. And if you buy that bundle while we're live, while we're on this podcast, you can get any of those items personalized, or you can get the poster personalized by Fedor. So anything you want him to say on there, if you want to give it away as a gift for Christmas, it's a great idea to go ahead and get that shopping done early. I believe Fedor's going to try to pin a link to that.
On YouTube. On YouTube, I did. Sorry, guys, I'm still learning. I'm restreaming on different platforms here, so I'm going to each platform and trying to pin an item or insert something in the chat, so it takes time. I don't have a person doing it for me.
But nonetheless, you can go out to fedorgorstshop.com and grab that special bundle. That bundle will run until Sunday, so you only have 4 days to capture that deal and save $40. So make sure you get out there. Plus,
unless it's gone before that.
Well, here's the other thing. Those are limited edition items, so when they're sold out, they're sold out.
Well, and that's the thing. They're related to an achievement that happened this year. You know, they will be gone, and there is no use of recreating them because there's more achievements to come, and you know, there's more merch.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. So make sure you get out there and check that out. $65 for all 3 items. Great deal there. All right, so
I need to ask you guys on YouTube, do you see the product on your screen? Or I don't know if it's popping up on your phones as well. I'm pretty sure on desktop version of the website it should be. Or maybe it isn't. Maybe. It says it's pinned, but
I'll have to go check that out. But one other really cool thing is we're going to be giving away 5 items to anybody that is a Facebook subscriber.
So that's what I started recently in Vietnam, actually after Hanoi Open. After Hanoi Open, I started what's called a subscription on Facebook. That's like a paid subscription type of thing. And I'm starting to, from Facebook, most likely I will be doing it later on, either this year or maybe next year. I will start it on YouTube as well, where I'll be doing live streams of myself practicing, talking with the chat, talking through every shot, what I'm doing and stuff like this. But what I have now on Facebook is it's $5 a month, and you get an exclusive right for early access for all the drops that I'm doing in my store. Also, I'm planning to do an exclusive live streams, which I will be announcing later this week, which is pretty a cool thing. I'm trying to learn and become more of a streamer than a pool player lately, as you can see by my results in the last couple of months as well. And we're doing giveaways, and the goal is to do giveaways every week, and we will be announcing the winners for the first giveaway on this stream. Maybe we can even do it now.
Well, we're going to have 5 winners that are subscribing to your Facebook. We're going to give away 2 hoodies. You have a heavy version and a light version if you like to play in a hoodie, but you don't want a heavy hoodie. So you have that available. But those are unreleased items, so those have yet to hit the store, so you cannot get those yet.
Let me actually pin the link where people can subscribe on me to that page. The thing is, it wasn't really working, and I reached out to Meta support team, and they weren't really helpful. 1 second.
Yeah, and I was recently hacked, so if you got
everyone.
got another friend request from me, it's really me. My old account got hacked.
There you go. I have it here, and then I will pin it. I don't know if I can pin it here, but I will edit here.
Yeah, so we're gonna be or Fedor's gonna be releasing the light and the heavy hoodie here soon on his shop, and you designed the light hoodie for yourself because you like to play in a hoodie, but you don't want something heavy.
What we're giving away today to those 5 subscribers for Facebook is we're gonna do a heavy hoodie that's unreleased. By the way, this is the. Let me see. This is the bag.
He's proud of that bag, y'all.
Fedor Gorst shop. 3 different QR codes to my social media. I believe, yeah, social media. Yeah, I am proud of this bag. It's really nice. Let's open it up and see how the hoodie looks. Oh, I did something. It's a heavy one. It's for the winter. This is perfect for whoever is going to win it. Let me wear it. So design is simple. It's
Yeah, it's pretty cool though. It's got the FG logo with Fedor Gorst all embroidered, and it's super nice quality.
no, the quality is really nice. Like we spent how many manufacturers?
Oh,
we
yeah.
went to.
If you guys don't know, Fedor is ultra bougie, especially if it comes to his brand.
Feel the inside.
So, whew, man, I tell you what, that thing is soft and heavy. So you're only going to get high quality stuff if you buy from Fedor's shop. It
So
has to
this
be
will
Fedor
be-
approved.
This will be launched with the website, which should happen in the next 2 weeks, guys. Look at this.
It's even going to come smelling like Fedor when you win it.
Yeah, perfect. Perfect hoodie. It's warm, soft, and it's very, how to say that in English? Cozy.
Cozy, warm and cozy. So let's draw out of the subscribers that you have right now. Let's draw and see who wins
So what we
the heavy
did,
hoodie.
I added all of my subscribers to this wheel. Don't even ask me why. I know how this wheel works and where did I learn all this. But we're gonna pick 5 different winners. Starting, the first one is gonna win the hoodie that I'm wearing right now, and then we're gonna go to the next one.
All right,
I'm
so
gonna
let's shuffle it up and deal. Let's see who wins the heavy hoodie.
Let me know if I should come closer.
Go closer, show them. They need video evidence. Make sure you're not giving it away to your cousin or something.
Good here?
Yep, we can see it.
All right.
Spin away.
Let's do
Oh,
it.
we need some sound effects on that thing. Here we go. Let's see. Oh, that's not a good one. There we go. What a clapping going. Who's going to win? Who is it?
The first one is.
Mm.
Looks like it's going to Vietnam.
Oh,
It's-
Vietnam. That's going to cost you a little bit of shipping.
That's fine. It's
You're going to have to spell that thing.
Pham Quoc Thing.
Here, you got to give me that thing.
Pham Quoc Thing.
All right. Pham Quoc
Well,
Thin.
Vietnamese guys, if you guys are watching, one of your brothers just won a hoodie.
A
Maybe
thick
it's
hoodie.
time.
Does it even get cold in Vietnam?
Well, it's pretty cold inside of the pool rooms.
Oh, there you go.
It gets cold. It gets cold, definitely.
All right.
He's in the chat. Somebody says he's in the chat.
Oh, nice.
Pham Quoc Thing. Yes.
Oh,
there you go.
make sure-
Oh, I know him. I met him in Da Nang. So I did an exhibition in June this year, and he was the one that attended and played with me. So
that's extra cool, man. That's awesome. We'll
yeah,
make sure that
it's
you
awesome.
slide into Fedor's DMs.
He actually watches all of my TikTok streams, and I'm doing TikTok streams, by the way, every morning. Today was a crazy stream. I had 4,800 people watching live.
Are you dancing on there? You doing your little TikTok dances?
Yeah, I'm doing TikTok dances. I'm turning the Vietnamese music up. It's crazy.
Oh, look at Robert Frost in the chat. We'll see you at Derby, my man. All right, so let's draw for the light hoodie.
So we're deactivating Pham Quoc Thing.
You can't win again.
Can't win again, sorry. But now we're going to pick the winner for
the thin hoodie, or the light hoodie.
The light hoodie. I'm not going to be going there. I'm just doing it from here.
We trust you.
I hope you guys trusting me. No more shuffles. Let it sound effect. And the next winner is number 3, Trevor Fidencio.
Trevor?
Or Fidencio.
Where the heck is he from?
I'm pretty sure U.S.
Trevor Fidencio. You're getting a light hoodie, my man. All right, now we're going to give away the white shirt.
The white shirt, this one.
Let's see who wins the white one.
This one. The Gorst Slam white shirt. We deactivate Trevor and see who is the next one.
Spin that bad boy.
It's already spinning, guys. It's already spinning. Just for you all. Boom. Somebody won and I don't even see it. Number 13, Lafe Kunkel.
Lafe Kunkel.
Or Leif Kunkel.
I don't know. But he got him a white t-shirt.
Yeah, he just won a white t-shirt, and thanks for subscribing.
All right, let's deactivate that bad boy, and let's see who gets the black t-shirt.
The black t-shirt that I'm wearing right now, not the one that I'm actually wearing right now. It will be a new shirt, so don't really worry about it.
Depends. If you get another shipment to Vietnam, you might need to cut costs a little bit.
I'm not really worried about it.
All right, here we go. Item number 4.
Okay, and the black shirt is going to Teresa Galloway Perry.
Let's see, Teresa Galloway Perry. All right, black t-shirt coming your way, Teresa. Appreciate you subscribing. All right, and last but not least, we're giving away the poster.
This
getting the poster, and you can get this thing personalized.
Exactly. You can tell me to say whatever you want me to say on this poster. All right, the last winner. Let's see who it is.
He will trace whatever you want him to trace on that thing.
And the last one is... Boom.
Who is it?
Jose Goicia. No way, Jose.
No way, Jose gets him the poster. All right, cool. If you're not a Facebook subscriber, we are going to be giving away something really cool, and probably the coolest thing that I think you can win. So make sure you're interacting in the chat. We're going to pick a lucky winner out of there. It's not going to go in the randomizer. We're going to see who's most active. But this is the U.S. Open Player Pass of Fedor Gorst. Right here, Fedor Gorst, U.S. Open champ. This is his player pass for the 3rd leg of the Gorst Slam. So make sure you're interacting in there. We're gonna pick a winner at the end for that.
Just don't be sad when you're not picked. Jason is really bad at picking.
I'm really bad at picking. I'm gonna let you pick. We might just let Chad Johns pick. How about that? Chad Johns, you monitor the chat. You pick a winner.
He was the winner before, right?
Chad's won before, but Chad's a super fan. So I'll tell you what, Chad Johns, you pick a winner, and we'll also get you something for helping us.
There you
monitor
go.
the chat, and you see.
He was actually always asking, when is the next podcast? When is J. Diddy is going to come with you on the podcast?
Yeah, we got to get it going, man. I got to clean it up. But, yeah, so tons of great things. Gorst Slam, a lot of merch coming in, the ability to get exclusive drops by subscribing on Facebook. But talk to us a little bit about some of the other stuff that you're doing. you've got a filmmaker, Ivan, that's following you around doing behind the scenes documentaries. He was with you throughout your whole entire trip in Vietnam, but also he captured the U.S. Open behind the scenes. So talk a little bit about that. What's that experience been like? How can everybody check it out, and what can they expect?
So yeah, with Ivan, it started kind of random. We were just chatting, and he was helping me to edit a few videos here and there, matches, and he was helping me to, in the beginning when I was just starting out with YouTube, and he was helping me editing, and then we started working a little bit more. And then he was helping me with the streams, and then, this year I thought maybe with an event, such a big event as the one we have in Saudi, maybe it's good to cover the behind the scenes and film just as much as we can and show, because it's good content. It's a tournament that everybody's talking about. And, it happened that I won the tournament. It happened to Jason Schroll last year when he hired a filmmaker for his trip, and he also ended up winning the tournament, which is a pretty cool trend that he started. And I ended up winning Saudi. It was crazy, and I think he loved it. He became my really good friend, and now he went with me he also came to U.S., obviously. He was with me during the match with Shane, and then he went to U.S. Open. He's a very hard-working kid, but I just like the personality. For me, that's the main important thing. I would never work with, with the douchebag that, even if he is the greatest editor on the planet, but if I just don't like the personality, then we're never going to work with each other. And in Vietnam, it was his birthday in the middle of Hanoi Open, so it was. Oh
man, I forgot about that. So it was his birthday in Hanoi.
Yeah.
Oh my Lord.
Billy, Skyler, me, him, Tony, the Vietnamese American friend of ours, was with us, and then we met the Spanish Vietnamese living in Hanoi. His name is Rodrigo, and he hooked us up with the Spanish restaurant, so we kind of created like a little Spanish party, a Spanish dinner in that restaurant for Ivan's birthday. So it was pretty cool. But also, if you guys didn't see the documentary we did about Perry Open, which was the first tournament in Da Nang, the first tournament of the Vietnamese trip, and Hanoi Open video, where I'm talking about why I conceded in the middle of the match with James Arenas, then you definitely should check it out. That's the latest video you can find on my YouTube channel.
Yeah, so if you haven't got a chance to check that out, make sure you go out to Fedor Gorst on YouTube and check out those behind-the-scene documentaries. It's especially cool for the U.S. Open with you winning. They get to see that. They get to see the grind. They get to see, kind of the swing from losing to Shane. Obviously, that could have been an expensive trip. If you lose to Shane, you take a filmmaker to the U.S. Open and don't win it.
Well,
could have
that's
been
the
pretty
thing.
costly
That's
to you.
the thing. I was going to Saudi Arabia. That was my first time experiencing something like this. Obviously, if you win the event, everything's great. It doesn't matter what the expenses are. $250,000. It covers everything. But I lost the first match there. I lost in the first round, and if I went 2-0 in that tournament, I was a $9,500 loser that trip.
Yeah, I mean, it's sweat that pool. That's the pool world for you.
And then
travel expenses are so high now too, with the cost of flights and hotels going up and food.
Exactly, and then
you're feeding two mouths. You're buying 2 plane tickets. Hopefully, you guys share a hotel room, right? You don't have to get 2 rooms.
Well, no, I'm actually taking care of my my guy. He's living in his own room.
Oh, all right.
Especially after the win in Saudi, I'm treating him.
He gets his own room. All right.
He's getting his own room. Well, we actually slept in one room in Hanoi because I wasn't really doing good lately, but.
There you go, where you're cutting costs. Well, but also you're going to be doing like more of a touristic documentary of the Vietnam trip, so it won't be really pool related.
Yeah, we
It's
went to
gonna be-
Hoi An. The place is called Hoi An. It was like a romantic trip that me and Ivan did, exploring the ancient city of Vietnam. It's a cool video. I think it's going to be posted this week.
All right, that's really cool. So make sure you stay and you subscribe to Fedor's YouTube channel and check all those documentaries out. A lot of behind the scenes stuff that you don't see while you're watching him on the stream. All right. It cannot be the real pool talks without talking a little shit, Fedor. So we got a big match coming up tomorrow. None other than the reemergence of Danny the Shredder Smith taking on John Mr. Smooth Mora. They are racing to 24, playing one pocket over
God.
3 days. I mean, I don't know if there's enough coffee in Louisville.
No,
for all the fans there.
we need the Vietnamese coconut coffee. That's what we need.
Yeah.
That's the shit right there. The coconut coffee, I'm telling you, you can ask Billy Thorpe. I discovered it in Da Nang first, and I have the addiction now. I'm sure Billy has it too. So we both had, he drank the whole cup, and I had probably like 5 sips before my match. Both of us were playing at like 11 o'clock in the morning. I was shaking when I was practicing. I couldn't stop shaking because my bridge, I was so hyped up. I was going to jump through the roof and jump and run a marathon after that. And I got hooked up. Like, I was drinking coconut coffee, and my energy level was on a different planet.
Oh, we gotta go back. I gotta talk a little shit to you before we talk about the Danny Smith and Mr. Smooth match. There's a lot of rumors going around about your forfeit in Hanoi. You just quit in the middle of the match.
Yeah.
Let's see. I've heard you were drunk. I've heard that you were playing bad and you were being a baby. I've heard all kinds of these different rumors. So it's your chance now to speak and
Well, I had my chance to speak, and I said that people can watch it in the documentary, because in the end of the video, I'm explaining why I did what I did. But yeah, there was a lot of speculation, not for long, not until I made the post. But actually, after I made the post, people were still saying nonsense, which happens all the time. But yeah, I went to Turkey recently, 2 weeks ago. I went to a doctor, and unfortunately it wasn't the doctor that I needed to go. I think I need to go to a cardiologist, and then I need to go to a sport medicine doctor. So ideally for me would be to fly back to Russia, find good doctors, spend a few days with them, do a few tests, do like a VO2 max test and all that, and then find the solution for the problem. But also what I did, I bought this bracelet. It's called Whoop, and it's tracking everything and everything I do. I don't know if it's going to give me any benefit, but Emily Fraser told me to buy it, so I bought it.
Well, there you go. The boss speaks, you listen. All right, so you weren't drunk. That's good to hear. All right, so back to the Mora Shredder match. Who you got?
I mean, I will lie if I would say that I like Johnny. I mean, if we're talking shit, that I mean, I'm not even talking shit right now.
just say whatever you want to say, man.
I mean, I like Danny. I like Danny just like probably anybody in this chat. Is there anybody like Mora? If anybody likes Mora, we'll take action.
Well,
or I will if Jason doesn't like it.
I mean, listen, normally I bet against Mr. Smooth. That's like my MO. It's not even so much that I don't like Johnny. I actually do really like Johnny.
I do
as far
like
as
Johnny.
like a pool player, as far as a person, I really like Johnny. He's entertaining. He's a classy guy. He makes me laugh. He makes me smile. He's actually
he takes shit.
He's he's pretty funny, and he's not even trying to be funny, and he's funny. So I like Mr. Smooth. You know, he doesn't win very often. Let's just say what it is. He doesn't win very often. He will jump up and gamble. And the one thing...
he definitely gambles. He definitely gambles.
Here's the thing, though. Danny has not been in action for I don't know how long. And listen, I think the pool world has suffered tremendously with the lack of Danny Smith. Danny Smith was Mr. Derby. Like, he was the action at Derby. He was the action in the U.S. for years. Years and years and years. Danny Smith was in the thick of it. He was matching up all the time. He was burning through stake horses. He didn't like to match up very well. But nonetheless, Danny Smith, always in action, willing to jump up, willing to play all day, all night, anybody, any game. But, I mean, listen, in this matchup, I like the guy that's been in the grease. I like the guy that's been playing. I don't like the guy that's been sitting on the sidelines. I think if Danny was 90% of what he was 5 years ago, I love Danny in the game. I'm not saying that Danny isn't supposed to be the favorite. I just think that Mr. Smooth is going to come into Louisville and he's going to steal the cash. That's what
he may. I mean, I'm sure both of them are here already hitting balls. And I heard that Danny was actually playing more, and I've seen him playing in tournaments the last 3 or 4 months. So it's not like Danny just didn't hit any balls, let's say like Justin Bergman, and just showed up and playing in a match. I'm sure Danny's somewhat prepared for the match, and I think they're playing for what?
I don't know. I think it's 20,000, right? I think they're playing for 20,000.
20,000 each.
And the thing that's really cool about the match is it's at xpool.com. You all know that Kyle Ferguson in Louisville, Kentucky at Rail Yard Billiards, huge supporter of the sport. His stream, I mean, he got the SVB versus Fedor match. This is the second time that Moore has played on the table. And for anybody out there, it is 4 1/4 inch pockets. But I want to talk about the price, because if you go out tonight and you buy the stream, it's $15. That's the other thing. A lot of these streamers, they try to gouge you on the price. X-Pool, Kyle Ferguson, extremely fair. He understands the value. $15 if you go out and get it today. If you wait until tomorrow, it's $19, so save $4. Go out there and get that $15. Erase the 24, so you're going to be able to watch one pocket all weekend long. Or not all weekend long, but for the remainder of this week, the next 3 days. They are racing to 8 each day. And I think a very underrated commentary, Josh Roberts in the booth. I like Josh. I've done a lot of work with Josh. I've commentated with him. He knows his shit. He knows the shots. He's entertaining. He stays engaged.
The thing is good about Josh commentating, he's really good by himself too. Like just commentating alone, and it's really tough. Like just sitting alone commentating by yourself is the toughest thing about commentating, I think.
It's not easy, for sure. And Josh does a great job. I love listening to Josh. I love working with Josh. I'll tell you this, it's not easy. Some people are not easy to commentate with. And if I had to stack rank them, I think me and the Freezer, I really like working with the Freezer because Freezer's my guy. But Josh is a close 2 for me. I really like working with him. I think he does a great job. So make sure you get out there. And one other thing, Fedor, me and you are taking this show over to Rail Yard tomorrow, and we're going to kick it off, right?
Exactly, yeah. Tomorrow at 5 o'clock Eastern time, you will see these two faces again.
Yeah, so we're gonna hop in the booth and mix it up a little bit, talk a little shit. We're gonna joke on Mr. Smooth's bad shot here and there. Fedor likes to pick on Johnny. I don't know what it is. He likes to poke at Johnny Mora.
That created some action for me, so I keep doing it.
Well, you poked on him in New Orleans, and we busted that ass. So you got to keep it going.
Yeah. And actually, the more I think about it, I think Johnny played more than 2 matches on this table. He played with Gomez.
He played Tyler Steyer, too.
Played Tyler.
Has he won on the table,
though? Did he play? Well, he played mini derby and stuff like this.
I mean, when's the last action match that Johnny won?
Crickets.
I mean, we better hurry up. The show might run over by the time we find it. But, not joking on Johnny, but seriously, I think that Danny's been out of the grease for too long. Not saying that the pressure is going to get to him. I just don't think he's as sharp as he once was, and I think that Johnny will come ready to play. And this table's a little gaffy. Where it sets in the room, there's an air conditioner vent above it, so it gets super bouncy. And
it's
it
a
plays-
really weird table to play on, guys. I'm telling you, it will play. It may play good in the beginning of the day, and then throughout the day it may change completely. The balls will get dirtier, and the table is going to start bouncing. And playing one pocket is going to change the game completely, especially when it comes to the end game, the all the banks, the 2 railers, the 3 railers. It's going to be tougher to play for sure.
Well, I mean, listen, you take away the multi-rail banks, I definitely favor Johnny.
Well, yeah.
Because that's Danny's specialty, is shooting the 3 and 4 railers and all the creative shots to get openings. So if you take that away, I think you got to fancy more. But the betting line right now that I'm seeing is everybody has Danny favored by 4 games.
Yeah, 3 and 4 games is what I've seen.
I mean,
4
that's
games is
insane.
a lot. 4 games is definitely a lot, and I would have to take Johnny with that. 3 games, yeah, well, that's probably the line.
That's probably the line. And honestly, whoever wins will probably win by more than 3 games. But the real question is, who the hell did Dominic Dunn bet on?
Well,
Who's he
it's
got?
too much of a gamble for this match, so he's probably skipping.
Is the Dunsty Dunyon in the chat? Who do you got? We got to know who to fade. I might change my pick live.
Well, I mean, knowing that Dominic Dunn, I don't know. I really have no idea who is he betting
I'm sure
on.
he's on Danny.
Probably.
He always likes the sucker side. All right, so you have Danny. I got Mora. We'll see. Tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Louisville, Kentucky, Rail Yard Billiards, xpool.com. $15 if you go out there and get it right now. $19 if you wait. Don't wait. Save $4. Pay for half a Starbucks coffee.
Exactly. Exactly.
Who's everybody like in the chat? Let's see what they got. Tell us who you like. We'll see some predictions out there. Moscone talk. You know it's coming, Chad.
Exactly. That's next.
You know it's coming. Everybody's jumping out of the chat.
Yeah, we need to figure out how to promote those podcasts because nobody really listening.
We must not be very entertaining.
No, we need to talk
We must
more
suck.
shit.
We need
Yeah,
to talk more shit.
We need to talk more shit.
Let's
We-
talk some shit.
It's crazy because if I just go live on TikTok and I turn on the Vietnamese song very loud and then I just play pool, interact with the chat, I will have, I'm telling you, next week I will have 10,000 people watching live
Well, I
at
mean,
9 o'clock in the morning.
Maybe we need to get that goofy hat, put it on your head, put a bowl of pho in
But
front of you.
once we start talking
Pho.
like with a little bit more sense and actually talking like a real podcast, everybody is starting to drop out. So
Yeah, we gotta mix this up a little bit. All right, let's jump into what everybody wants to talk about, everybody wants to hear about. Moscone Cup, a month away. We're a month away.
oh, by the way, I forgot. We had the
Oh, there it is. Yeah, it is 20K entry. Race to 24.
my bad. 1 second, guys.
I'll blow that bad boy up. Let them see it.
Where is it? Where is it? Here. My bad. Boom. And I should put it in. There you go.
There it is.
That's happening tomorrow at 5 o'clock, guys.
3-day match. Race to 24. Tons of pool for $19. If you get it today, $15. That's a deal. That's stealing. All right, Moscone Cup. We're a month away. All of the players that won by points or got nominated by points are in. Skyler playing as the team captain did not qualify, so he lost one of his wild card spots. He will be the 4th player joining you, SVB.
But that was actually also a drama because he could have qualified in Hanoi Open.
Yeah.
He, if he would have won 2 more matches, he would have qualified. And he was playing FSR in the last 16 of the Hanoi Open. And me and Billy, we were going to the match, and Billy says, if I show up, that fucker will never win. And I said, well, doesn't matter. We still go. And We came to the match and Skylar's up 3-0. Guess what was the final score?
9-3.
10-3.
10-3. So Billy showed up and he didn't win another rack.
Maybe he did one, but no, I think he didn't. I think it was 10-3.
Must have been that nut to butt taxi. He got a little scared when he saw Billy walk in the room.
But Vietnamese trip was nice. It was fun. But yeah, Skylar's the fourth.
So Skylar does not qualify by points, so he loses one of his wild card spots. Right now the team is SVB, Fedor, and Tyler Steyer, all getting nominated by points or earning their spot on by earnings. Skylar is the fourth player captain. He gets one wild card pick. We're a month away, and we don't know who the fifth player is. I think most people believe that it's between Oscar and Billy.
I believe so too.
I think that's the choice that Skylar has. So obviously, I'm not going to put you in a tough spot because I know you're friends with both.
It's a really tough choice for a captain. It's always tough choice for a captain for a last wild card spot.
Yeah. Everybody's going to be pissed. Or not everybody, but somebody's going to be pissed. Somebody's going to be happy, depending upon who they like out of the last two players.
I know that better than anybody. Like, I know what that player is going to feel that will be left out, 100%, because I've been through that at least twice, but honestly 3 times.
Yeah. So one of the players is going to be devastated. One of the players is going to be very happy to go to the first year that the Moscone Cup is being held in Florida, Orlando.
Orlando, yeah, it's a resort.
So that's going to be cool to have a different scene than Vegas. I'm pretty excited about that. The flight's a lot easier.
Yeah, and it's sold out. It's sold out event. I believe it's 3,500 people, 3,500 fans. Obviously, most of them will be the Americans. Yeah, I mean, do you want to talk about the European team? What's going to happen? Because it's still unclear. What's happening.
We got to talk a little bit about. I can talk a little bit about what I think is best for Team USA. I'm not going to put you in the spot. Obviously, you being close to both Oscar and Billy. For me, I think it comes down to this, and I said it last time. I personally think, this is just my personal preference, I personally think that Oscar is the better player. I think he breaks the balls better. I think he plays safety better. I think his cue ball's better. I think he's a smarter player. I think if you look at all of the aspects of the game, overall experience, I think he has the edge. I think that Oscar Dominguez is a better player than Billy Thorpe. I love Billy. Billy's one of my favorite people in pool. No disrespect. I think Oscar's a better player. That being said, the fifth spot for Team USA, I think, needs Billy Thorpe. I think it needs Billy Thorpe. I think it needs the hype man. I think it needs Billy there, not as a spectator, not as a fan, but as a player. I think Skylar needs it, and I think most importantly, this is way beyond what Skylar needs because I think Skylar's going to show up. In order for the USA team to win, SVB has to be right. And I think that Billy being there gives Shane the best chance to be himself and to be right and to play loose. Not saying that Oscar and Shane don't get along, not that at all. I just think that Billy brings out a different side of Shane that nobody else has the ability to do. So my pick for the fifth player would be Billy based on that, and I don't think he's as good as Oscar. So I know that a lot of people disagree with that. Maybe people think that Billy's better than Oscar. Maybe people think that Oscar's better than Billy and Oscar should be picked. I'm going to be happy for whichever the two makes it. I'm going to be sad for the one that doesn't. I just think that the fifth spot needs to be consumed by somebody that can bring the energy to the match, to the team, and have the ability to grab SVB by the throat and tell him to snap out of it, quit being a bitch, and support his team. And I think Billy will do that. I really do. I think that Billy will do that, and I think he can do that, and I think Shane will respond to him. So,
in that case, we need the freezer on the team.
Well, the freezer's going to be there. He's just going to be commentating. The freezer's going to be doing his part to get the red, white, and blue team in there. So, but yeah, I mean, the freezer has the same connection. Obviously, he can't play 9-ball anymore, but he has the same connection with Shane.
Well, I mean, with that being said, we should definitely talk about the Reyes Cup that just happened as well. Team Europe.
Let's jump over to Europe real quick.
Team
for the
Europe.
Moscone
Yeah.
Cup.
Team Europe. Who do we have? We have Kachi.
Kachi.
Second. Who was second? Filler.
The Viking.
Mickey Kraus, and Shaw, who didn't qualify, but he's the playing captain.
So they haven't announced the fifth. But here's the thing. Filler was just removed from the Reyes Cup, so we don't know.
That's a big discussion too. Like, I mean, it would really suck not to have Filler on there, because just from like the fans' point of view, and me personally, it would be. I'm curious, how will he play under? That's the severe pressure, because everybody in the room is rooting against you. It's not something that he didn't experience before, but maybe it will be to a different level, and everybody will be talking about it, and there's definitely a lot of attention. And he's usually in those spots. It's weird. In those spots, he's playing the best pool, and that's insane the way he does it. So I'm kind of rooting for him to be in the cup.
You want Filler. You don't want to go win the Moscone Cup without Filler.
No, I agree.
Because it's like an asterisk next to it, right? Like he is, if not the best player in the world, he's in the conversation. He's top 3. For me, I think it's you in this format. I think it's you, Filler, and Kachi. 1, 2, 3 in no specific order. It just depends on the day, depends on the conditions. I think Shane is right there. I think he's, is right below you guys. If Filler does not make the Moscone Cup, it's just not the same. It's not the same for the spectators. It's not the same for the players. And if you win, it's kind of bullshit. The best player in the world qualified, and he's not there. That being said, I kind of hope that Emily puts her foot down and doesn't put him on the
Jackie
team.
said if we win without Filler, everyone will say that was why.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's exactly what's going to happen.
But also, I would like. I mean, I don't want to get into the politics of pool, because I think it's pretty disgusting what's going on right now.
It is.
With the WPA and everything, and I'm not going to talk about sides there, but I would hate to see that argument keep the best player in the world from the best event in the world. Personally, but there's a part of me that says he kind of deserves it.
Definitely.
He made a post saying he was standing in solidarity. All the top players dropped out of all those events. He went and stole the money, and he handled the situation like a child. That's what he did. Look, if he went and played in the events and won, and he handled it the right way, then it would not.
Well, and that's the thing with
with
Albin, for example. If you compare Albin to Josh, nobody's talking about Albin anymore, because, he apologized. He actually
took a little bit of ownership.
Yeah, and that's why nobody's really talking about it, because, he apologized. What can you say? But Josh took a different route, and that's why I think he's getting the backlash as he does, just because of the way he responded.
His responses on social media is the reason why he's getting lit up the way that he is. Plain and simple. It's not the decisions that he made. I don't think he made the right decisions. Either he didn't make the right decision by saying he was going to stand with the players in solidarity before he consulted PIA, before he consulted his sponsors. Maybe he should have never said that he was going to do that. But then once he had to go back on it, he could have handled it a different way to where it didn't make everybody hate him. And he still won the money. I mean, listen, you can't get mad at the guy. He made the best financial decision for himself, maybe.
No, definitely not.
But he definitely didn't do anything to grow his brand. He definitely didn't do anything to grow his fan base. Not that he cares about it. Maybe he doesn't. But he was punished by being pulled out of the Reyes Cup. I think that's why. I don't know. I mean, obviously, there's a ton of speculation rolling around. But, he definitely, clearly chose the WPA by not showing up at Hanoi. So it'll be interesting to see what the soap opera of the Moscone comes with.
Yeah, it's
and whether
definitely
or not Filler's there.
Definitely interesting. Still don't know when Matchroom is going to announce the last picks, and if they're announcing the last picks. When did they announce that Filler was not going to play Reyes Cup?
It was right before Hanoi, basically. Whenever they realized he wasn't coming to Hanoi,
it was like a week before the Reyes Cup, right?
Yeah,
I mean, there is a chance that it's going to happen again for Moscone. Maybe we're going to get announcements 1 week before the event.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's one of those things. I'm back and forth on it. Part of me will smile and say, yeah, that's what you get. But then the other part of me, when I'm sitting in the stands in Orlando rooting on Team USA, I'm like, this is kind of cheap.
Yeah, it's different. It's different. Like, it's on one side, you think, oh, yeah, if Filler's not playing, USA is getting a better chance to win.
Yeah. I mean, they replaced Filler without Katie. Are you kidding me?
But it's not the same, and it's not right.
Yeah, it just doesn't. It feels kind of.
It will feel weird.
Like not the Moscone. He's the villain, right? Like he's the one.
And you can clearly see that the Europeans are playing completely different without him on the team. Jason Shaw is not so great anymore. He's not dancing around and jumping around the table that he usually does without Filler, and the rest of the team is relying on Jason.
Right. And he's not bringing the energy because he doesn't have the best player in the world coming up next.
Exactly.
He doesn't have the best player in the world shooting the next shot. He's got if he's playing doubles, he's playing without Katie or Mickey Krause. He didn't have Filler to fall back on. He didn't have Albin to fall back on.
Exactly.
And listen, in the Reyes Cup, which I found it, entertaining. I liked it. I wish the score line would have been a little bit closer, but it felt good to see Team Europe get a little taste of their own medicine. They've been putting the smack down on USA, and they got smacked themselves. Pachua, unbelievable performance. The Asians really came to play. And I got to say, Mickey Krause, he looks like he's going to hold up. He looks like he's going to hold up at the Moscone Cup to me. I think he played pretty well. He's taken a huge jump. Mickey Krause is one of those guys that was just kind of on the bubble of calling himself a pro. Like, he couldn't really beat anybody, but he was too good to be a shortstop. And then next thing you know, you played him in a match at Derby in the one pocket. And I'm like, what the hell? Mickey Krause got good.
Because what happened last year, I think he spent quite a lot of time. There you go. Dominic Dunn is in the chat. Dominic, who do you like in the more Danny Smith match? We want to know.
He likes Danny. It's a square.
But yeah, he went to Philippines, and I think he spent like quite some time living there and like playing with locals, trying to improve, trying to get better. And
Dominic took Dano. You knew it. You knew he did.
And
he's going to be making ball polishers again before you know it.
Then Mickey
going busted on Dano. I'll buy one of them bad boys from you. Those things look cool.
And then Mickey went to the United States and started playing the tournaments here, touring around the country, trying to learn different games. He's trying to learn one pocket. He's trying to learn banks. He's trying to learn all games, and he started gambling. He played this big match with Wolford, right?
Yeah.
At Buffalo's. Got busted, I think.
Yeah, he lost to Wolford. I think he'd rob Wolford if they played now. I don't even think it'd be close.
Well, probably that's the reason why they're not playing.
Yeah.
But yeah, and he was working a lot, and he deserves all the successes he's getting. Being a European junior, I know for a fact it's really tough to break through. It's really tough to break through, and he did. He won the European Open this year. He qualified by points. It's because, it's another fact. You can't get in as a wild card being a rookie.
No, Mickey Krause is never going to get the wild card spot as a rookie.
But now he can.
Now he goes and proves himself.
Now he's on the team. If he does well this year, or if he's the best one on the team, how can you not pick him next year? For example,
listen, Mickey's showing up, and I'm a big fan of his game. I think he holds up under pressure too. I think he's got a good technique. He has I think he needs to improve his pace a little bit. I think he's a little slow. And I watched players like you and different people, whenever you pick your tempo, whenever you get confident enough to pick your tempo up a little bit, you take a jump. You take another jump. I think he's a little slow. I think that could help him. But playing the shot clock will help him.
JD DePolsko.
There you go. All right, what do you say? Top 3 most improved players.
Here's a serious question. Top 3 most improved players. I guess he's relating to this year.
I mean, Mickey Krause has got to be number one.
Mickey.
I mean, Chua's playing better than ever right now. I mean, obviously he was always world class.
Yeah, but you can't say like Chua is the most improved player.
No.
Like Chua has been a top player for the last 10 years.
But he's definitely
He's having
taking a jump.
He's having a best year in his career, probably.
Yeah.
But you know, it's tough to say who's improved the most, because if you compare it to last year, then yes. But if you don't compare it to last year, then it's always going to be a junior, because it's always going to be a new big coming to the pro scene and making a bigger jump, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know who else is really improved.
It's really tough to say.
Yeah, so Moscone Cup, your prediction.
Moscone Cup.
Who's you can predict the fifth player in Europe.
The fifth player in Europe, my pick is FSR. You know, when it comes to wild cards, it's rarely about who's playing the best. It's about who is better for the event, because in the end of the day, Moscone Cup is a show.
It's entertainment.
It's an entertaining show that brings 3,500 fans, and it's the most viewed event in pool. For that reason, it's 5-on-5. It's just like a Ryder Cup. Everybody's playing short races, so it's not really like a tournament. It's a races to 5 playing 9-ball.
High pressure.
Yeah, it's a high pressure show where all the fans are drinking, and if for example, that's what happened in the Reyes Cup. The last wild card spot was given to Duong Kwong in Team Asia. For the show, for the numbers, for the TV views. It's good for the event. It's an inaugural tournament in Asia, and of course you want the guy that will bring you
the Vietnamese
fans. The more views, the more successful your tournament is going to be, and that's why the Cop in Chung was left out.
Yeah,
which is insane. If it will be. I'm telling you, this is more insane than a pick between Billy and Oscar. And this is even more insane than a pick of, who was it over me? Al-Qaeda. I think it was David Al-Qaeda over me, or Niels over me.
Yeah, the first year it was Niels, and then it was Al-Qaeda.
But that's what happens. That's an invitational tournament. You can't do anything about it. And when it comes to wildcard picks, that's why they're called wildcard. That pick was wild.
Right. It was wild. But look at the score line.
Yeah, it didn't matter in the end, right? And he was actually playing good. So
yeah, he's an exciting player too. You never know what he's going to do. You never know how Duong's going to play shape. He's liable to miss any shot. He's liable to go 4 rails and get perfect. He's entertaining to watch for sure. You can see why he has a lot of fans. But nonetheless, I watched every rack of the Reyes Cup. It was entertaining to me. I think it was cool.
No, the last day definitely was, and there was more fans, and I'm sure the next year is going to be bigger, and it definitely has potential to grow into Moscone type event.
Yeah, maybe
someday.
Maybe bigger.
I don't know if it's going to be ever bigger. The American crowd and English crowd is unbeatable, I think.
Yeah. Well, there wasn't a huge crowd there, right, in the Philippines?
Well, if you do it in Vietnam and you let everybody drink, then maybe it will be bigger. Because the Vietnamese fans are the craziest fans in the world.
Yeah,
and they're the most passionate.
But I think they announced next year is going to be in Manila.
Yeah, it's going to be in Manila again.
Yeah, so FSR, that's my pick as well. I think that it's pretty clear cut. You got to take FSR. I think, but isn't Al-Qaeda ahead of FSR in the rankings?
Let's pull up the rankings. So, should we show this one? Oh. Why am I so bad with this? 1 second. And we'll put it in center. Where is it? Center on the screen. There you go.
All right, so obviously you have Kachi, Mickey Krause, and Filler. Maybe Filler. But
So
then you
yes,
have Alcady in 4 and FSR in 5. So what happens if they boot Filler? Alcady gets an automatic bid.
again.
And
Again.
again.
He did it. He
He
oh
did it
my
in the
God.
Reyes Cup.
Oh my God.
So if they boot Filler again, Alcady gets in automatically, and then obviously
So-
Shaw is the playing captain.
So because of the politics, Al Qaeda may get
Alcady may just stumble on 50 grand this year
exactly.
because Filler
Wow.
didn't go to Hanoi.
That's pretty wild. That's pretty wild. But I still think. Yeah, Dominic says Al Qaeda is the go for free money. Yeah, I mean that'd be crazy. It's crazy what's happening in the pool world, but I still think that FSR is getting the wild card pick, no matter what.
Yeah, I agree. Well, it's going to be entertaining in Orlando. The American crowd's going to be wild. And if Filler is there, how wild is the crowd going to be when Filler is playing? I mean, he's absolutely hands down the most hated pool player on the planet, maybe ever. And he's going to step in, especially in America.
See, I don't really think he cares. Like,
No, I don't think he cares
shows
either,
he
but-
doesn't care, and I really think he means it. Like, he really don't care, and it's showing by his post as well. He really does not care. And maybe he just lives in his own bubble, and he definitely handles the pressure, or
Oh.
maybe he doesn't have the pressure in those spots where you would have the pressure.
No, I mean, I don't think there's ever been anybody on the planet that handles the pressure as well as Joshua Filler.
Yeah, I agree.
It's
I agree.
unbelievable the way that he handles the pressure, and the louder the crowd gets, the better he plays. He's liable to go to Orlando, get booed from start to finish, get heckled on every shot, and not miss a ball the whole entire week.
Kind of like Joker, Joker
Yeah.
is the same way type of thing. Obviously, Joker is not as hated, or maybe he is. I mean,
No.
it's a different sport, different volumes of viewership. But yeah, right now it's bad. We're gonna see what's gonna happen in a year, because I'm really curious the way everything is gonna go turn around with WPA and all that.
Yeah, maybe we'll have to have another podcast, and the WPA situation could take up a whole podcast series.
Yeah, I agree.
It really
I
could.
agree.
And we can maybe dive into that if that's something that you guys would like to hear about. We can talk about the politics behind the WPA and
Pancake
what's all going on.
says Joker is hated by way more than Filler.
Well, that's because there's way more tennis fans than there are pool fans. But
Yeah,
if you look at
percentage-wise, not.
percentage of pool fans that hate Filler is definitely more than Joker. 100%. Especially in America. Look, we're talking about the Moscone Cup coming to America. It's going to be predominantly American fans. There are going to be some
Probably
Europeans.
95%.
But Europeans travel well to the Moscone Cup. Inside of that arena, it's going to be complete disdain. I mean, every single person in the room is going to be booing and going hard at Filler. And I'm like you. I think it makes him play better.
Yeah, and it's insane. It's insane how it works, because you're always trying to put yourself on that spot, and you think, well, what would have happened if I was him? And you're like, oh shit, oh shit, that's tough.
You're down over the ball.
Well, it starts
People
with
are
the press
screaming.
conference, all the media, and then you play in a short race, and you're taking a first extension. Everybody's yelling extension. Everybody's trying to shark you, and then as soon as you miss a first ball, the room is going absolutely wild.
The thing is, he might not miss a ball.
That's the problem. Last year, I don't think he did. Last year
Yeah.
was insane. He had like 3 shots, full length of the table. Peel was glued to the rail. He's firing it in like nothing.
Yeah, I mean, listen, the only way to beat Filler in the Moscone Cup is for him to scratch or have a dry break.
Yeah, I agree.
That's real. I mean, as of late, the last 4 Moscone Cups, the only way you can beat Joshua Filler is if he gets kicked in on the break or he breaks dry. He's not beating himself.
well, he has his off times,
but it's just
sometimes.
never at Moscone, though.
No, that's true. That's true.
I mean, I think I can count on one hand the number of balls I've seen him miss at Moscone.
Oh, definitely. Last year, definitely.
I mean, last year, I don't think he missed a ball.
Last year, you can count it on one hand.
Yeah, I mean, it's unbelievable. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I think that everybody's kind of glued to their seats trying to figure out when Matchroom is going to come out with the announcement of who's going to be on Team Europe and Team USA. Obviously, Team USA really only one spot up for grabs. Team Europe is where the controversy lies. Do they kick Filler off? Does Al-Kaidi get another automatic bid because of Filler choosing the WPA? And if not, who's pick 5 for Shaw? And I think the dynamic of the player captains changes a little bit this year too. You know, now all of a sudden it changes the pressure for Shaw. It changes the pressure for Skylar. How do those guys react?
Definitely. I don't think it's gonna change anything in Skylar. You know, Skylar he had that role kind of the last couple of years. You know, he was a player, but he was the player close to the captain always. He was close to Jeremy. He was close to
helping with
Johan. He was helping with matchups. He was helping the team to bunt with the team, and he was always that funny guy that took care of all the players. And I think for Skylar, it's not going to be any different. For Jason, it's definitely going to be different. You know, finally with the rookie on the team, potentially maybe dealing with the best player dropping out of the team, which would be a big loss for him. You know, it will be interesting to see the way he responds. But yeah, I mean,
the thing that I think we got to look at is how does SVB respond to Matchroom choosing Skylar as the captain?
His
nickname is Captain America. He's clearly been the best American pool player for the last decade. And then they pass him up and go to Skylar. I mean, it's got to be kind of a slap in the face.
No, I really think that's what Shane wants. He doesn't want to be the captain. Like, I just don't see Shane playing that role. Like, I think if Shane wanted to be the one, he would be the captain already, or he would have been a captain before that. I think that question was asked, and the answer was, I don't want to be the captain. I'm pretty sure that's what it is, because
you can kind of see that, right?
He's been playing Moscone for 20. That was his 21st year last year or something like that. It was unreal. 22nd year this year. I mean, doesn't matter how many years. It's a crazy amount of years.
So you don't think it changes Shane at all, them naming Skylar as the captain?
No, I don't think
not having Jeremy or Johan.
I think it actually helps Shane, because it takes a little bit some of the pressure off of him. Also, having me on the team helps him as well, because now he can, you know, breathe a little bit, actually have fun. Maybe it was not as fun for him playing before, because he was put in all the pressure spots. He was always, you know, he always had to win in order for a team to win. To where now he can relax more and say, well, you guys do the job, and I will.
Yeah, he basically had to go undefeated for the USA to have a shot at winning for the last 8 years.
Yeah.
And now it's not the case, because you have Skylar that kind of came up and showed that he can play in the Moscone Cup. Now with the addition of you to the team, it changes the full dynamic for Shane, and he should have more freedom to be himself. That's what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
What about Shaw? Do you think that Shaw being put in the spot of being the captain impacts how he performs on the table?
No, I really think it's the same thing for Shaw and Skylar. You know, Shaw was always that guy that was building the team, and he was always playing that role, even though he was not a captain. So they already had that role for how many years Shaw was playing. Probably the first 2 years Shaw was not doing all that much, but from the year that I was playing, from 2020, he was already in that role in our team when I was on the team. So for him, it's not going to be a big of a change, I think.
Yeah, but here's the difference. This is why I think it impacts Shaw. I really do think it impacts Shaw a lot more than I think it impacts Skylar. I think Skylar's personality will allow him to just be Skylar. I know Skylar very well. I don't think it's going to impact him in a negative way at all. Not saying that Skylar's going to play great. I think Skylar will either play unbelievable or he'll play terrible. That's just kind of the way that he is, right? Like he's going to be the MVP Skylar, or he's going to be driving them into the rail And that's just the way he is, right? Like you're either going to get the absolute best version of him, or he's going to be out of stroke and he's going to struggle. But with Shaw, think of this. The captain of Team Europe has always put Shaw in the spots to play the big matches, right? Yeah, they have. They've put him up in the singles in a bunch of spots. Well, Filler gets put in those spots
of course.
too. But Shaw has definitely played second fiddle in the tough spots.
Look at last year. I think there's also a change in the format. I think that's what happened this year as well. I think that we will be. I don't know if Moscone Cup will follow the Reyes Cup, but Reyes Cup had the team match starting every day.
Yeah, I saw that, and that helps USA.
Oh, definitely. More doubles and more team matches.
More doubles, more teams. But does Shaw put himself in tough situations, or does he put somebody else in the situation? And how hard is it as the captain to say, no, I'm playing? Or how hard is it to say, look, if they drop Filler, if they drop Filler, is he jumping up and saying, no, I'm playing in this spot, boys. I'm the captain. I'm playing. Because if he does that, that adds a ton of pressure internally.
Well,
on the team, especially if he goes and loses.
There will be like a ego fight inside of the team. I think it's a team's decision in the end of the day. You know, it's not like a captain decides who's playing just by himself. It's always a team decision.
Yeah,
kind of thing.
You understand what I'm saying, though?
Yeah. I mean, there could be a discussion between him and Kachi. I can see that already, and Kachi would be like, No, Jason, you didn't have a great year this year. You're sitting on the bench, and it's my turn.
I mean, listen, if I'm the captain and I have the choice of Kachi or Shaw, I mean, I know it's the Moscone Cup and it's Shaw's event, but I'm picking Kachi. I don't care if it's a race to 5 or a race to 1. I'm picking Kachi. He's a better player, plain and simple. He breaks the balls better. He kicks better. He runs out better. He plays safe better.
There could be some issues. Yeah, I can see that.
I'm telling you right now, I think that the player captain portion impacts Europe potentially in a negative manner more so than the USA, just because of Skyler's personality, the way that he is, and Shaw's personality, the way that he is. I see it. I'm not saying that it will. He may handle it with class. He may be unbelievable at it. He may be, the captain for the next 20 years. But it has potential to impact Team Europe. And I really do think it will happen, especially in the U.S., and it even is more likely to happen if Filler's not on the team. If Filler's on the team, it's easy. Shaw's just going to say, Filler, you're up in any spot, right? He's just going to pick him, and then it's easy to slide himself into the second spot.
Which you should.
But if he's not there, who does he pick? Himself?
Probably.
FSR? Kachi?
I mean, it really depends who's going to be the last wild card pick. It could be FSR, it could be Kachi, it could be himself. It's probably will be something, whoever is playing better on that given day in the practice room. But if everybody is playing decent or semi-decent, then it's a really tough pick.
I think Skyler's just going to put you in all the spots. Skyler's going to put you in the pressure cooker this year.
Not like it didn't happen last year.
Well, it did happen last year, but I think Skyler's going to say, shit, we're going down slinging, boys.
That's fine. Boys.
You ready for it?
That's fine, yes.
You think you're going to be different this year?
I will be different this year because I won't have 3,000 English fans, cheering "Not Born in the USA."
So that impacted you a little bit?
Of course it did. I mean, I never played Moscone Cup with the crowd. That's number one. Second, everybody was hating, and half of the crowd was sitting with my picture face masks.
Yeah, they all had the masks made.
So I couldn't even watch anywhere but the ball that I'm shooting at. And every time I did something wrong, the crowd went nuts, and it was really tough.
Yeah.
So it's going to be less pressure for me. Definitely, I know that the fans will be supportive, and it will be different this year for sure.
Yeah, you're going to have support in Orlando for certain, and it definitely helps that the player captain is going to be in your corner. I think Skyler is a big believer in your game, and I think he's going to put you up. He's going to put you in the spots. I think that. I mean, I don't know. I haven't talked to Skyler about it, but I just.
Well, I mean, it depends. If I perform like a complete ass and I can't make a ball, then we'll have to come up with Plan B. But Plan A is definitely to have me in all of the pressure spots, I think. Well, it depends. Like I said, if SVB is playing his best and he's free rolling and have his extension on and makes everything,
let him go.
Then it's SVB.
Yeah, that's the good thing. We have options this
Definitely.
year for Team USA. So, all right, Chad Johns, you are up, my man. We're giving away the player pass. You picked the lucky winner, Chad.
And I didn't show the Gorst Slam bundle poster that we made. Here it is, guys. It's $65 for 2 different shirts and a poster, shipped in the United States. You can order it on fedorgorstshop.com, and I believe for whoever is watching on YouTube, the product should be pinned to the stream.
And you can get that poster personalized if you order it before we jump off of here, and we're coming down to the stretch here.
And this deal only lasts until this Sunday. And also all of those items are limited edition, so once they're gone for good.
While supplies last. Fedor Gorst merch, Gorst Slam, World Pool Masters, World Championships, and U.S. Open titles. Get that moment in history. All right, anything else you want to talk about?
I guess the next plans, next trips. I'm already flying out next week to Puerto Rico. It's actually...
Chad Johns picked Ike. Ike, make sure you send Fedor a message with your mailing address. We'll get that player pass over to you.
They're probably splitting it with Ike. Whatever.
Yeah, you splitting it with Ike, Chad?
Yeah, so I'm flying to Puerto Rico next. That's my next event. It's a non-WPA sanctioned event. That's how they promote it. The same Predator event that they had for the last 2 years, I believe. And it's a really cool one, actually, because they will have numerous tournaments. It's the open event for men 10-ball tournament, their usual Pro Billard Series tournament, which they are done with in the United States. They don't have that series no more. Then they have the Scotch doubles, where I'll be playing with Christina, and it's 16 teams, invitational, single knockout from the beginning. Then they also have a Challenge of Champions between me, Filler, and Carlo Biato, 3 world champions, 9-ball, 10-ball, and 8-ball. And we're playing round robin. It's not a round robin. It's a different system as far as I understood. It's 3 different disciplines, and in each discipline we're playing like a mini tournament, and then whoever gets more points after those 3 disciplines are played, the last 2 players, the best 2 players, are playing the finals of like the Challenge of Champions, and
That's
I guess
cool.
whoever gets more wins in early stages gets to pick the discipline for the final. So definitely a lot of... Oh, and the last, of course, Christina is coming for the World 10-ball Championships.
And you all are doing Scotch doubles there, right?
Yeah, so Scotch doubles, Open for men, World Championships for women, and what did I miss?
Challenge of Champions.
Challenge of Champions, exactly.
So that'll be a cool event. You get to play with Christina. I think the fillers are playing. Obviously, Pia has made a nice jump. She's got to be in the conversation for 2024 Most Improved Player. She's gotten a lot better this year. And then the Oceans are in it.
The Oceans are playing. Carlo is playing with Ruby Lane, who won the
she
World
won the
9-ball.
World 9-ball. That's a good team.
Vitaly is playing with Wei Wei.
Oh.
I mean, that's definitely a team that you can lose to in a race to 4 playing 9-ball, you know.
Oh, it is 9-ball or 10-ball?
Oh, 10-ball maybe.
Yeah, I was going to say it's probably 10-ball.
Then Kelly Fisher is playing with Kazakis, and they won last year, I believe. Or maybe not.
That's a good team, too.
So definitely a lot of pool to sweat for fans, and it's a different format, different tournaments. You know, every day there's something different, so it's definitely should be a good stream for them. And definitely a lot of pool to sweat for you guys. I believe it's going to be 7 or 8 days, and then from there on, I will be flying to the International Open, which will be happening for the first time in St. Augustine, Florida, only 2 hours away from Orlando. And I will be playing the 9-ball tournament, which I think it's over $120,000 in the prize fund.
Yeah, 75,000 added.
Yeah, it's a big tournament. Thanks to Pat Fleming to trying to improve the event and bring it to a different spot, different location. St. Augustine, I've been there once, and I believe it's the very first city in the United States. Historically,
I didn't know that, but there also is going to be an amateur event next to the International Open and Bigfoot
as usual, and also they will have a straight pool tournament, which I may skip just to rest before Moscone Cup and let somebody else win that. But I'm definitely playing the Bigfoot. I'm definitely playing the 9-ball.
Well, that'll be cool.
And then if I don't play the straight pool, which probably will happen, then we'll have a boot camp with the team. Maybe 4 or 5 days before the tournament, and my filmmaker Ivan is flying to St. Augustine as well.
Are you guys driving from St. Augustine to Orlando?
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, the whole team, or?
I'm not sure yet.
Oh, the whole team is. You guys are going to be getting a. You're going to be getting an Airbnb for the International Open, so you guys can bond, right?
Exactly.
Who's going to be cooking breakfast out of that group?
Well, most likely Tyler.
Oh, Tyler? You guys are going to be eating bacon and nuts. It's going to be full keto diet,
and
man.
Steak 5 times a day.
You're definitely not going to get pancakes.
No,
that's for sure. No waffles.
Definitely no waffles. Definitely no pancakes.
Tyler's going to be up at 4 a.m. cooking bacon, going on runs.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, that's the one thing. We didn't talk about Tyler really at all, but
we didn't.
The one really good thing about having Tyler Steyer on the team, besides the fact that he has potential to be a world-class player if he can handle the pressure, he is going to be prepared. He's going to take it serious. He's going to work his ass off leading up to the event.
Yeah.
It's just whether or not he can hold it together. We'll see. I'm excited for the Moscone Cup this year. I think it's going to be your time to shine. I think it's going to be your coming out party at the Moscone Cup, and it just changes the whole dynamic. And I think the smackdown that the Asians just put on them applies some additional
that definitely
pressure.
changes too, because they're on the losing streak. And
pressure.
coming to the event, just losing in the same format is different. It's different for the Europeans this year.
All right, well, I think that's it. We Ike and all of our winners. We appreciate the subscribers. We appreciate all the likes, all the interactions from the chat. We'll definitely be doing this more frequently. I know we haven't been. It's been a few months.
2 months, yeah. It's been 2 months since we did the last podcast. But if you're wanting to join my Vietnamese streams on TikTok, we're doing it every day at 9 o'clock in the morning or 10 o'clock in the morning Eastern time. It's wild and crazy, and
that's 10 p.m.
That's like 9 or 10 p.m. in Vietnam. That's why. It's super engaging with the fans. There's tons of Vietnamese going crazy. So if you want to join that, we're doing that every morning. And then, as I promised, I will be doing more live streams with match play. Also planning to do one live stream at least with a live practice session with me being mic'd up. Also, I think all of this I will be doing mostly on YouTube and my subscriber page on Facebook. So if you didn't hear anything about the subscription page on Facebook, you should probably check it out on the stream or go to my Facebook and see what's it about.
All right. And before we cut out of here, make sure you go out to xpool.live or xpool.com and purchase the Danny Smith versus John, Mr. Smooth Mora. It's $15 if you do it today. And myself and Fedor will be there commentating tomorrow, so make sure you tune in. We appreciate everybody for all the interactions and all the likes and subscribes, and it's been fun, and we'll be back, and we'll be talking about the WPA, and I think we'll probably talk a little derby in our next episode.
Definitely. I think, when can we do the next episode? Maybe we can do it either before I fly out to Puerto Rico, or maybe we can do it after. Maybe we can do it during. Yeah, probably after. After is good.
Puerto Rico,
or during the international. Maybe we do it from
Yeah, 'cause I'm going to be in
we
St.
can
Augustine.
we can do it from the Airbnb with the team. That's what we're gonna do.
Oh shit, we're going to have the whole team on?
Yeah, that's what we're
Oh
gonna do.
man, I might get some death stares.
Exactly. That's what we're gonna do.
I'll bring the bacon, Opie.
Perfect.
All right, appreciate you guys, and that's it. We're out.